Welcome to the final project of the CI/CD lesson from the Udacity course DevOps Engineer for Microsoft Azure. First, let me show you my GitHub repository with the final code for this project. If we go over to the Azure Cloud Shell, I have already cloned the project in here, and I have checked out the most recent version of it. Let's deep dive into the first part of the project. Let's switch to the scaffold folder and let's run the make functions to check whether everything works as expected. As you see, both the make test and the make lint pass successfully, and now let's run make all. And also make all works fine. This was the first part of the project with the scaffolding and the boilerplate code, including the GitHub actions. If we go to the GitHub page and click on actions, you can also see that I have a GitHub action defined and the jobs are being completed successfully. Now go back to the root folder. Let's check it again. This is where the code for the housing predictions API is located. Let's make a quick change to that to see that the pipelines are working properly. I'm now changing the HTML part of the code just to see that we have a different output. Hello CI CD. Saving it. Now I need to push it. Now I've successfully pushed the code to master. And now if we go to GitHub, we will see I pushed to master, and under actions, I see that now a new GitHub action is queued and should be running soon. If we switch over to Azure DevOps, we see here the pipelines that I created. So here, this is the pipeline for the project. If you click on this, we see that the pipeline was automatically started on every commit to master, and it is now running. This takes quite some time. If you go back to Azure Shell, we can create a separate shell here. Let's create a separate session. Then we can show the logs of the web app. See web app log tail. Oh, first I need to change the directory. Well, so now I'm seeing here the logged messages of the web app. So let's make a prediction. Prediction was created, and now I should also see this here in the logs. You can also see here in Azure, in the Azure portal, that the web app is running and it is receiving requests. And for the final part of the project, I created a locust file, which basically just calls the home path of the app, but also sends a post request to the predict API running on port 443. So if I run locust locally, I can now start a new load test with 10 users at a spawn rate of 0.5, and this is the the URL, the host name for my web app, and if I go to start swarming, I can see that now both the home and the predict path are being called with 0 failures. It's now slowly boosting up to 10 users. And if I look at the chart, I see that the load test is running nicely. Let's go back to the pipeline. It's still running, so build stage was successfully finalized. Right now the deploying part of the pipeline is running, but this usually takes around 6 to 8 minutes. So yeah, that was it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.